Hello and welcome to IndusInd Bank presents Cheer for Greatness. We're here with Shane Bond in studio to discuss the Trans-Tasman derby between Australia and New Zealand. Bondi, Australia have gotten a really good run and New Zealand are finding themselves in quite a tough little spot with the opposition they've got coming up. How tasty is this fixture?
Doesn't matter what the scenario is, it's always a tasty fixture, Australia-New Zealand. Great rivalry. New Zealand obviously had probably a kinder draw at the start and Australia had the tougher, so the two now collide in a similar point, but they can go in very different directions based on this result. So massive game for both teams. Whatever team loses is going to find themselves under pressure from the teams coming up below.
Yeah, and they're quite well matched sides. You know, they've both got good openers, good pace attacks and a spinner doing really well. So where do you see the difference being? That's
a great question. Fielding will be one. We've seen that across the tournament. Both are renowned, very good fielding sides, but Australia probably had a few blips. Both teams in general, though, have fielded pretty well. I think the top three, the runs out of the top three will set the innings up for both teams. I think the pace bowling attacks are very similar. The spinners are both of high quality. So whoever gets a good start and can set a base for that, both teams have big batting orders, will be the key. So obviously looking at Warner, Marsh and perhaps Travis Head, and you're looking at Young, Ravindra and Conway for doing it for New Zealand.
It sounds like it'll be a game with a lot of runs. We have to ask you, and you do have some national biases, but bearing the history in mind and Australia's record over New Zealand, who do you pick as your winner?
I'm going to go for New Zealand. I think, of course, I cannot say Australia, number one. No. I think New Zealand have played really well through the tournament. They lost to India, but even got into a position where they had a chance to win the game. Their batting lineup's been very consistent. I think there's a few areas they'd like to tidy up with the ball, bowling to new batsmen, getting their bouncer high enough. And if they do that on conditions that they have played on before, I think they're going to win a really close one.
Okay, so no surprises there from Shane Bond for his pick, but we asked you, our viewers, who you thought would come out on top of the Trans-Tasman derby. And our fan comment comes from Swaraj Ranade, who says, Australia is back in form. New Zealand have lost their last game against India. In this match, I'm cheering for the Aussies. I really want them to reach the semi-finals and face India at the Wankhede. I don't know, how do you feel about that?
I don't mind Australia playing India at the Wankhede as long as New Zealand are playing South Africa and Calcutta.
That sounds like a great Final Four. It's a fantastic way to end this edition of IndusInd Bank's Cheer for Greatness. Join us again for more soon.